LeBron James could retire tomorrow and he would still be considered one of the greatest players to ever live, with 2 Finals MVPs, 2 rings, absurd stat lines his entire career, and he'll also be considered one of the greatest game dunkers to ever play. I say if he retires tomorrow, but all indications suggest that he won't be retiring anytime soon, and he's likely to keep up his athleticism as he enters the stage of his career where he tries to pass Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant in rings. Whether he's able to do that or not, he has good chances, and a lot of that is because he's avoided injury the majority of his career. When we think LeBron James injury, we think cramps, we think missing headband. Seriously, how did this guy not get injured, especially when he's above the rim so much? Well, I think a lot of that has to do with his landing. His landings are extremely smooth. He's just a bird. He soars and he transitions to the ground very smoothly. So I went through a bunch of clips, broke him down into his 1-foot front landings, his 1-foot back landings, and his generally 2-foot rim hangs, basically how he gets up. So let's go ahead and check it out. LeBron James does a lot of his dunking on breakaway 1-foot dunks where he takes off from nearly the free throw line. And he's got his landing down to basically science here, repetition. And he basically either does a skip step or chops his steps into the back of the backboard. It'd be nice if he had a little more landing space to work with, but it seems that he either takes a real big step or takes as many small steps as he can, and it's just really graceful, looks easy. It doesn't really look like clunky or like he's doing any damage. You can see he uses as much space as is available for his landings, and it would be nice if the NBA actually gave more room for landings, I think. For strategic reasons, there's a lot of times where LeBron will jump in the air and will want to rotate to get a better angle at the rim to dunk it. Anytime he does this, if he doesn't get too entirely backward when he lands, he will take a step on his first step to get to backwards and basically kill the landing with the back pedal. Any kind of forward momentum or horizontal momentum just gets channeled into a back pedal. And you can see that LeBron is very good at continuing whatever motion he's taking. If he's rotating in the air, he's going to come down rotating. If he's going horizontally in one direction, he's going to go horizontally in that direction. And it allows for some pretty smooth landings where he just basically comes down prancing, looks easy on the body, probably feels easy on the body, something sustainable for a long period of time as LeBron continues to compete at the highest level. The most encouraging thing about LeBron and his future is the way he gets to the rim for two-hand hangs. Earlier in his career, he was a little more reckless, but you can see he makes a priority to get to the rim to hang. And with an 8-foot, 10-inch standing reach with breakaway rims, he's only dropping about 12 inches here. So even if you don't see him get any depth on his landing, he's only dropping about 12 inches, which is similar to a jump shot, which is pretty insane. Obviously, he has the 8'10" frame, which allows him to do that, but this shows maturity and shows a knowledge of the tools of landing. It just seems like he's pretty bright in this front. Last thing I want to look at is a smooth transition. Something I've talked about before is when you look at a player's upper body only on dunk landings. The mark of a great lander, it's hard to tell the moment that that player hits the ground because it's a smooth transition to the ground. As you can see here, LeBron's pretty smooth at this. I showed that Derrick Rose was really clunky, and if you look at his upper body, it's really obvious when he hits the ground. But for LeBron, it's just pretty smooth. Now this isn't scientific at all, but it's an eye test. You can see how it works, and you just look at LeBron. It just looks easy. So I think the future for LeBron looks bright. A lot of people don't talk about landings, but I think it's a pretty good way to analyze and forecast a player's career. LeBron is 28. He's got 2 rings. He's with Dwayne Wade, who is also still a dunk-reliant player at 31 and is a pretty nice and conscious lander as well. And I think that you'll see these guys age decently. LeBron, definitely, I'm not worried about him having any catastrophic injury, as I believe injury is an accumulation of ground impacts, and LeBron has really got that part of the game down, solid. So I think we'll continue to see LeBron James dominant. I don't know where he peaks at, but I expect we can see him to play at a high level and continuing to dunk at a high level for a long time to come.